All right, today we're spooling some line on an enclosed spinning reel. This here is a Zebco slingshot. They had it at Walmart. They had it for about 10 bucks. I had two of them. That's why there's one red rod here and one blue reel, because the red one broke, the blue rod broke a tip. But out of the two, put these together and had these things for like, I don't know, maybe 5 years. I mean, nothing fancy, but definitely can't complain about it. This is my son's rod. I'm gonna put some line on it, and yeah, like I said, slingshot Zebco. It does a trick. You guys seen him? If you guys watched the video, he actually caught a carp on this. It was probably about a pound and a half. But let's get to it. First thing first, unscrew the top here. Be careful you don't have this whole thing come out. Pop your button. Now, what I like to do, these are two-piece, so I like to take it off, just make things a lot easier. Set it down. This right here is that Zebco 10-pound test, you can see here, and it's pretty good for beginners and whatnot, and even if you're experienced but you just want to save some money, this will do it for you. You get 700 yards for like, I don't know, 3 bucks or so, depending on where you go. A local Walmart, it's about 2 bucks, 2.50, something like that. So anyway, high strength line, it's pretty good. I use it for my son's rod. Like I said, he pulled in a pound and a half carp without an issue. So let's get this going. Now, when you're spooling a spin caster, a open spin caster or a closed spin caster, you want to take your line you got here face down. That way it comes off the spool onto the spool. Now, like I said here, I take off the other half if you're able to. I think it's best because that way you're this close, you know what I mean, like from the table, instead of like way back here because of that second piece. So just knock that out, take that off, makes things a lot easier, a little faster. Anyway, go through the first eye hole, and then your cover for your deal, go run through that, and then just set that aside for now. This knot here does not matter what kind of knot you do, just as long as it's tight enough to stay against the shaft inside. That way you're reeling on your line, you it's not just sliding, going around and around. Your line would actually, you'd be tight enough to be able to get your line on. Alright, then what you do, bring this down, you make sure your button's popped, because this little piece right here is what grabs that line, like so. But I'm gonna play with it a little bit. So you want your line to be on that. Bring that down. It don't have to be like all the way tight. It's just enough to just keep everything in there. Okay. Just like that, and you hold up here and reel in. Drill it in for a bit. And what this is gonna do is take your line off your spool, on your spool. You do this for a bit. It sounds jumping because it's not all the way tight, so the inside's kind of like bouncing a little bit. You can do this for a bit, and then you're just gonna hold it tight. After a while, just hold it tight and go ahead and unscrew it and take a look at it, and just be careful that that piece doesn't come off. If it does, just pull that line over, and then that's why it's very important to keep this line right here tight, because that could happen, and then you're doing all this back over again. These are a pain in the butt. I don't recommend getting these, but like for my son and stuff, it's pretty cool, because you ain't got to worry about, you know, that bell that you got to open and hold it with your finger. We tried once big old crow's nest situation, and kind of like didn't want to fish anymore after that. So we're gonna work on it again, but for now this is gonna do the job. Just keep reeling in. As you can see, that line that was in there wasn't close to being full. But yeah, no, Slingshot though, it was 10 bucks at Walmart. Like I said, it was a couple years ago, probably 5 years ago, maybe not that long. But anyway, they were like $9.99. So I got 2 of them. I actually got them for my buddies because like they don't fish and they wanted to go and try fishing, and I didn't want to waste my time fishing and teach them how to fish. So I was like, well, I'll just get something simple. They just squeeze a button and they can cast it out. They just reel a little bit and then carefully take that piece off. Yeah, I mean, it's getting there. A couple more turns and be good. But anyway, but for someone new at fishing, I mean, this right here is be like the best bet, because it's just a little more easier for them to be able to fish it and whatnot. Just make sure you keep your fingers tight. They can pinch it on the line because it pulls out all the wrinkles, but just like that. You don't want to put too much, because then, like I said, the crow's nests are pretty easy. That's good enough. But yeah, now when you're at this point, you're gonna want to grab the other half of your rod here. Just stick it on there, just so you can get an idea of how much line you're still gonna need. And then once you're at that point, all right, then you just go through all the eye holes here. It's like so. It's like the part I hate the most, really. Anyway, the reason why I'm making this video here is to show you guys how to do an enclosed spin caster, or yeah. We're getting ready for our little fishing trip we got going on tomorrow. You guys will be seeing that here pretty soon. We're gonna be headed over to a certain lake. First lake video of the year, and first lake video in general. So we're gonna go for everything. We're gonna be going for catfish, trout, bluegill, crappie, catfish, and different whatever we can get, pretty much. Just do it all. My son wants to go fishing. I'm like, might as well. Let's go. Anyway, just like that. And then of course tag in. What I like to do is always check, I don't know if you guys will be able to see that, but always check the little bend piece if you guys use these, because they kind of bend out sometimes. And I just open that up, and then just right here and around the eye hole, and then your tensioner all the way on, good to go. All right, well, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe, and we'll share it to somebody who has one of these, or thinking about just got one of these, or thinking about getting one, and it's not too bad, but great for beginners. All right, well, thanks for watching. See you on the next one. If it's a 2-piece rod, I do it like this way. That way I'm not like way back here with the, you know, extended rod out there, and then I'll just add the piece and you'll see. Anyway, run it through the first eye hole, and then just kind of wrap it. This knot at this point, it doesn't really matter. I mean, just enough to hold it in place. A simple knot, because if a fish takes your line all the way down this far, it's gonna take your rod. So either you're gonna cut the line or something, but anyway, so knot here doesn't matter as long as it's tight enough to where it's not slipping, and that way when you reel it in, reel the line on, it's not just going to turn. So just simple knot, and then yeah, blooper, I guess. I made a mistake. Where does that go? Oh yeah, I guess I could do it at the end there, I guess. All right, we're gonna roll with it, I guess. Try it out. Nope.